In this section, we're going to talk about the mechanics of throwing a football, and we'll touch on things like posture. Always allow for individual differences, because you're going to run into an athlete sometimes that won't be able to do it exactly the way you want it done, but the way he does it is better than anything you can teach. So what you do is you put your arm around that guy and hug him and tell him he's your quarterback and let him go do his thing. But let me start with the grip, and then we'll go down through body parts and the throwing motion. But the grip is critical in another area, and that is right here. There has to be a little air pocket so that the palm of your hand does not rest on the ball. And I'm going to show you why. Keep the point elevated and be in a comfortable position when it comes to your thumb and your index finger. The last thing off the football is your index finger. And you'll see pictures of quarterbacks that at the release look like this. If you see a young quarterback who throws a ball that wiggles, one of two things is normally happening there. And the most important thing is when you finish the throw, make sure that your wrist releases. If the ball comes out this way, it won't spin. Again, that's like throwing a knuckleball. And if it comes out with the death grip on it, it won't spin. Because the more your shoulders are rolled, the lower the ball is in that carriage position. We'd like to be elevated, fairly erect, bent knees, slightly bent at the hips, and have the ball in a position almost like you're listening to a seashell. Now, release, we call them punchers. They carry the ball close to their body and they throw from here. The puncher delivers the ball just like a boxer throwing a right. Turns the point away and really flips their hand through the throwing motion. I believe it's the most powerful, and we'll go to Michael Vick, would be a slinger. Go back a little further for you coaches, Randall Cunningham. We say hug the ball, keep it close to your body, and squeeze your elbows. I still have to do something before I can throw it, and that's loaded. Let's move down a little bit more into the chest area and the hips, and eventually to the knees and to the feet. It allows you to create force with your hips. Very much like a golf swing. It's rotational force. I'm throwing a ball from this position to this point, and you can see that the force is rotational. This left arm works just like the start of a Ferris wheel. And it's really hard to create force throwing with just this side of the Ferris wheel. As you step, this arm comes down to your side. If it doesn't travel as far, laws of physics, force equals mass times acceleration, it's not going to move as fast. So put these together. Put the bent left knee and the closed front shoulder and turn those. As that receiver crosses, we track that receiver with the front foot and the open hip. The knee is bent, and my goal is to keep this step in front of the receiver. Now, he said, look, here, simple way. Heel pop, open the front foot, all of a sudden that throw becomes much easier and more effective. Crosser from right to left, heel pop, tracking with the front foot. Crosser from left to right, tracking with the chin and the front shoulder. Get on a 3-step drop, the crossover, my spine has come back to neutral, and on the 3rd step, it's forward again so I can drive the ball. Enhance that stuff that player does well. Enhance that with what you know about physiologically throwing a ball and teaching these techniques, and I think you'll really have something. Thanks, we'll see you next time.